Full-screen animated radar. Scattered storms popping across the southeast, central plains, and Minnesota, with a huge blocking pattern visible over the country. Large text overlay flashes. Rare pattern. Scattered severe storms developing with little warning. A very rare weather pattern is developing, and it will lead to more severe weather this week. But unlike the non-stop active setups we usually see this time of year, the atmosphere is about to do something much more unusual. A large-scale pattern change is set to bring colder temperatures with a higher risk of widespread thunderstorms across much of the United States. This is the kind of setup that is extremely tricky to forecast because even a small shift in the jet stream could suddenly bring tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail back into the picture. By second 12, text overlay enlarges. Memorial Day storms southeast and AMP. Plains, more scattered severe days ahead. Quick cut to a split screen of the marginal risk areas and the blocking omega pattern. Sharp, urgent beep. We have quite the complicated forecast for the next 7 days. Let's get right into it. Happy Memorial Day. Unfortunately, there will be some problems, especially across the southeast and Great Plains, where we are expecting numerous to widespread thunderstorm activity today. The Storm Prediction Center has outlined 3 different areas with a low-end threat of isolated large hail and damaging winds. One in Minnesota, another in the Central Plains, and another near the New Mexico-Texas border. I wouldn't rule out an isolated severe storm or 2 in the southeast today. We had a couple of tornado warnings yesterday in Georgia. The main concern once again is damaging winds, hail, and a very low but not zero tornado threat. Tomorrow the risk of severe weather will actually be increasing in Texas. We have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk and a marginal threat across Montana and Idaho. The main concern for tomorrow is damaging wind gusts and large to very large hail. Just south of Lubbock, baseball-sized hail is possible with a couple of supercells. There's also a low-end tornado threat in place, so if you live near Midland or Odessa, have a tornado action plan ready. On Wednesday, we have a giant general thunderstorm risk right now. This is what we've been talking about for the last several days. We are expecting a lot of mesoscale severe weather, making predictions very uncertain this far out. Let's go day by day. For Memorial Day right now, there's nothing too crazy happening. Some showers and isolated thunderstorms are in the deep south, and a lot of rain is falling across New England, but that will move out later this morning. Things look a lot better in the northeast this afternoon. Across the southeast, I am expecting an uptick in showers and thunderstorms. I personally think there will be a risk of isolated large hail, damaging winds, and maybe even a spin-up tornado in Alabama and Georgia this afternoon. It's a fairly low-end threat, but worth monitoring closely if you live in the southeast. There will be plenty of lightning, so if you're outdoors, have a way to receive lightning alerts. Lightning can strike from over 10 miles away. By around 4 or 5 p.m., storms will become a lot more robust and numerous in the southern plains and southeast. We'll likely see a similar day to what we had yesterday near Dallas-Fort Worth, with isolated severe storms and localized flooding where storms remain stationary. Storms will increase in coverage in Alabama and Georgia. If you are traveling back from Memorial Day plans, this is not looking great across the southeast, especially Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina. Storms should wind down by 7 to 8 p.m. in Texas and Oklahoma. A few pop-up storms are possible in Nebraska and South Dakota, but the southeast travel conditions won't be good. Traffic will be worse because of the weather. By Tuesday morning, conditions improve somewhat, but we are once again expecting isolated to scattered severe storms in the southern plains and southeast. Tuesday afternoon, scattered to numerous storms are expected from New Orleans into Atlanta and Charlotte. In the Texas Panhandle, things will ramp up very quickly. All hazards of severe weather are possible, but the main concern initially will be damaging winds and very large hail. If you live in Wisconsin, there will be a chance of storms during the mid to late afternoon, though nothing severe is expected. By 3 p.m., storms will become much more intense. We're looking at the potential for a supercell or two near Odessa and Lubbock, capable of giant hail and a low-end tornado threat. Further north near Woodward or Garden City, it'll be straight-line damaging winds and smaller hail. By 4 to 5 p.m., those storms will try to cluster into a line. If you live in Abilene, expect storm activity during the mid to late evening. Across the deep south and south, by 7 to 8 p.m., that line will be outflow dominant but still capable of damaging wind gusts, possibly reaching Abilene and Wichita Falls. Lightning will be a concern, so be mindful of outdoor evening plans. Overnight, storms will weaken as they move into the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. No severe weather is expected by that point, but gusty winds and rumbles of thunder are possible. Wednesday, I'm not expecting a whole lot of organized severe weather. If we see severe storms, they'll likely be in two distinct areas, the Deep South and the Ohio Valley. In the Deep South, isolated large hail and damaging winds are possible. From St. Louis into Indianapolis and northern Kentucky, isolated severe storms with damaging wind gusts could occur. The Texas Panhandle could also see something, but the uncertainty remains high because all this severe weather is mesoscale, driven by small-scale features that are hard to predict. Thursday and beyond look more interesting. The good news is I don't see any major severe weather outbreaks on the near horizon. The bad news is there will still be a lot of storms over the next couple of weeks, and they could be disruptive, with a risk of significant severe weather on some mesoscale days. For the rest of this week, our jet stream remains mostly unfavorable for large-scale severe weather. A large ridge is in place across the southeast, and a bowling ball low sits off the west coast, bringing rain there but not ejecting over the Rockies like earlier models suggested. This blocking pattern is called an omega block. A big ridge in the Great Plains, strong lows to the west and east. This often puts us into a drought mode for severe storms, but that doesn't mean no storms. As we go into Saturday and Sunday, the jet stream pattern remains unfavorable for significant severe weather. By the middle of the following week, early June, we'll start to see big trough ejections again, likely leading to a more organized severe threat later in the first week of June and into the second week. Keep in mind things can still change. I don't see anything major outbreak-wise, but that doesn't mean you're safe from severe weather. Now, let's go day by day for the storm timing into Wednesday and Thursday. There will still be a lot of showers and thunderstorms under that large high-pressure system in the Midwest. This will lead to a continuation of heavy rainfall and some flooding on Thursday and Friday, especially across Dixie Alley where grounds are already saturated. By Saturday and Sunday, showers and thunderstorms continue along the East Coast and back into the Great Plains under that large high. In Florida, we're watching very heavy rainfall, and there's a low, non-zero chance a tropical system could form around Saturday or Sunday. If it does form, it likely won't be significant, mainly just rain. The first week of June looks like a big ridge dominating the plains for the first few days. After that, trough ejections from the Rockies could bring severe weather back, possibly around the weekend of June 6th and 7th. Flooding concerns are growing because a lot of rain will fall in a short time across the southeast between now and Sunday. We're expecting a widespread 1 to 4 inches of rain from Dallas to Knoxville, and a pocket of 2 to 5 inches south of Birmingham into New Orleans and Pensacola. Some spots near Mobile could see 5 to 7 inches before it's all done. So get ready for a significant amount of rain across the southeast. The rest of the country, especially the Midwest, looks pretty dry for the next several days, something to keep in mind if you're waiting for rain for your crops. If you live in the risk areas, stay weather aware, have multiple ways to get warnings, and check back for daily updates. We'll be watching every shift in the pattern. Be safe, and enjoy the rest of your holiday.